How's it going, world? Welcome to A1 Sports Politics with your main man, K-Dub. Hope everybody having a good day today, and I hope everybody enjoyed the first week of football, even if your team lost. It ain't the end of the world, bro. It's 15 most weeks left in the season, in the regular season. Okay, now let's get to it. First game I'm going to cover is my Eagles versus the Redskins. Going into this game, I knew this is going to be a big game for my Eagles, and a must-win at that, because the Redskins been whooping our asses for the past 5 games. Like, they have beaten my Eagles the past 5 games. I don't know how, I don't know why my team keep having a problem with these Redskins. But going into this game and going into the season, we know that the Redskins was not going to be the same team that they were last year or the year before. And also, my Eagles wasn't either. I think we was the most improved team during the offseason. We had the best offseason as far as picking up, players in positions that we was hurting in. Receiver, corner, and, stuff like that. We're still hurting that corner, but I'll get to that later. Okay, now the first drive of the game, I was about to lose my mind because we did not run the ball not one time. We did not give Blunt the ball not one time, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. But it ended up, being the 3rd and 11, and Carson Wentz with his, that boy can scramble out there, man, and getting away from defenders and avoiding the sack and able to find Aguilar down the sideline for a 58-yard touchdown. That was big. That was big. Now, if we wouldn't have converted on that 3rd and 11, I don't know how the game would have turned out. I still think my team would have won. Going into this game, I was confident that the Eagles, we got this game. We got this, and we got some fun, because the Redskins is not the same team that they were last year. But besides that, my Eagles played a pretty good game. Defensively, I feel like we was on their neck, man. We was on the Redskin neck. But we was able to get up 13-0 on the Redskins, but we know that they wasn't gonna go away. Kirk Cousins is a pretty good quarterback, and he wasn't gonna, they wasn't gonna lay down. They wasn't not gonna lay down, but the Redskins did drop a lot of passes. They missed a lot of opportunities, and I feel like they gave us the edge. They gave my defense the edge, and we was able to, get some forced fumbles and also get an interception. With the interception, we got lucky. My Eagles got lucky. I got to keep it authentic with y'all. It was a great blitz by Malcolm Jenkins, and Cousins rushed his throw and overthrew Crowder. Crowder, he was right there ready to score, but Jalen Mills, he was able to get a pick. And that was great. That was great. That was a great turnover. But let me say this about my corners. We need some corners in Philly ASAP. We need them. Ronald Darby just went out with a dislocated ankle. That's tough. We just got him. He haven't been an Eagle for more than a month. But Mills is too small at the corner position. I'm sorry. He did lead the team in tackles this past week with 8 tackles. But we need another corner. And I think Sidney Jones will be that guy for my Eagles. Trust and believe once he get healthy. But other than that, let's get to it. Offense did play good. Ertz was involved. Wentz is the ringleader, and he played the hell of a game, throwing for 307 yards and throwing for 2 touchdowns. That was great. But the only thing I did not like about my Eagles offensively was that we have to give Blunt the ball more times. This dude needs to touch the ball at least 20 times a game. For real. 14 times a game. 14 times that last game is not enough. And only 24 carries for every running back or whoever on my Eagles team, that's not enough. We got to run that ball in. I feel like running the ball would take a lot of pressure off of Carson Wentz, who's only in his sophomore year. His sophomore year can go down the drain immediately, like after this week. That's why I feel where Donovan McNabb was coming from. He's not too impressed yet with this offense, and I agree with him. I seen some of our Eagle fans going at McNabb, man, like that's a great Eagle right there, and I feel where he come from, because last year we got off to a good start 4-0, and we lost that one game, and it was over with after we lost to Detroit. That's what I'm saying. I feel where Donovan McNabb is coming from. We still have a lot to prove. It was some plays offensively that I did not like. I did not like them bubble screens and all that type, and not run the ball. That gave me that Chip Kelly feeling, man, and that's we already know this shit that we went through for the past 3 years dealing with him. I feel where Donovan McNabb is coming from. And for him to even say that, that was big, and that means that he's paying attention. We all are. But the Redskins, man, they dropped a lot of passes. Prior, he dropped some passes. Crowder, he wasn't able to get involved like we was expecting for him to. But I'm sure that it will be a different. It will be much more competitive next game when we play against the Redskins back in Philly. We still gonna win though, believe that. Okay, now my Eagles managed to come out with that W, 31-17 over the Redskins. We finally broke that that 5-game losing streak to the Redskins, and we gonna keep it up. Okay, second game I'm getting into is I'm gonna stay in the division. I have to stay in the division. The Cowboys versus the Giants. Okay, going into this game, we found out that Odell was not gonna play. It's either the day of, more than like the day of game day. We found out he wasn't gonna play. But me honestly, I think that the Giants still had enough to still, at least compete with the. Oh my God, at least put up a good game, because they did not put up a good game against the Cowboys. The Cowboys was out doing whatever they wanted. Dak got whatever he wanted. Who had a pretty good game, threw for 268 yards and a touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott ran for 100 yards, and the Giants just wasn't the Giants. Eli, he looked real nervous to me, man. He looked awkward like always, but he looked nervous like he would anything that he got, he made a completion. Like, he did not sit in there and sit in the pocket, and even though their offensive line is a liability for them, but he just didn't play good to me. Only you still have Brandon Marshall. Okay, I understand Odell is a huge part of this team, period. But you have Brandon Marshall, a legit, probably a future Hall of Famer. Probably, I'm not sure. But he only got him the ball one time, and that was when the game was over with, in the fourth quarter, under 5 minutes. And you managed to get this one catch for Brandon Marshall. That's pathetic for Eli Manning. And trust and believe this, Eli Manning will be the downfall for the Giants, who have a lot of potential offensively and defensively. Now, let's get on defensively. They wasn't themselves defensively. They only got 1 sack. With that defensive line, they got to do better than that. And they didn't have no takeaways. Like I said, they let Dallas man them, and Dallas took advantage of every opportunity they got. And for Eli Manning, bruh, you have to get to the red zone at least more than one time. And he only got to the red zone one time. That's the only reason why they got that field goal. But I think it'll be a different ball game when Odell is on the field, and people ask, do you think if Odell would have played, do you think that the Giants would have won? No. Why? Because they would have been trying their best to give Odell the ball. This second way around, they don't get him. They're gonna get the Cowboys when it's even if they got to meet them in the playoffs or whatever, they gonna get them, and they are playing again, and we know, it's. And the NFC East is tough. Any given Sunday, any given Monday, Thursday, all that. But the Cowboys did that thing, and they got the W over the Giants. Second game third game. Sorry about that. Third game is the Seattle Seahawks against the Green Bay Packers. Knew this was going to be a great game. Knew it. But I was not expecting for it to be it was really a defensive game. Because last year, man, Green Bay was terrible on defense. But they defense showed up on Sunday, and they was able to manage to, they did a great job on defending the Seahawks, man. The Seahawks, who don't have a deep threat no more after trading Curse, that dude, he was a big part of that offense. They got back Richardson. That was a big part of the defense, and he played a good game, but that dude is a beast, man. I mean, I'm like, that was a good trade, but they don't have a deep threat no more. Curse is not there, so that really affected them. And I also think that Wilson have to run the ball more. He every time he have beaten the Green Bay Packers, it was with his legs, and he only had 2 rushes for 40 yards. He got to rush the ball. He got to run a little more than that. But Aaron Rodgers, we all know who Aaron Rodgers is. He's a great player. We already know that, he's going to come out and play his game. He threw for 311 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. That interception was supposed to be in a pick 6. A stupid penalty, blocking it back on Aaron Rodgers on a Do y'all really think that he was gonna tackle that big defensive lineman that picked the ball off? Come on, man. That was an idiot ass penalty, man. That shouldn't happen. And they caught that one play for sure was a game changer. If that penalty never came in the picture, I feel like the Seahawks would have won the game. But that was just a stupid penalty, and the Seahawks paid for that, But now let's get on their defense. They still have a great defense. Seattle still have a great defense. They was able to sack Rodgers 4 times, and the interception was supposed to be in a pick 6, but you see what happened. And one of they pretty decent corners, Lane, when he went out the game, that kind of opened things up for Green Bay. But that was one of the best games on Sunday, and I'm just surprised about Green Bay defense, man. They did their thing. If they keep that up, okay. I'm not talking Super Bowl yet because I feel like they will see the Seahawks again later on. But if they keep playing that game, they're going to make it easier for Aaron Rodgers, and he's going to have a hell of a year again, But they shut Lacy down. Their former teammate, Lacy, did not do nothing. He only had 3 yards for 5 rushes. Trust me. If Green Bay defense continue to play like that, they're going to be a tough team to beat. Guarantee you that.